Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to put together the last of my page kits, and so we're right now to the end of the year, and come the 1st we will start putting these all together. So I'm really excited to get to that point. I've spent most of December doing December daily, which I am so proud of myself. For the first time ever, I got it done in the month of December. So that is a great accomplishment for me. So now I'm kind of putting my focus back on this. So I was able to pull out some of my pictures for the last couple kits that I didn't have pictures for. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. Let me just see if I can put this to the side here. I didn't grab bags, so I'm just going to have to make a stack here. So these are pictures from when I was traveling, and this would be from some street performers that were in Leipzig, Germany. So I have the screen, which I kind of thought went with the neutral tones in the background. I have a florally picture, a little bit of the seafoam blue, and then a map page. So this is going to be kind of travel. So let's see if we can go and pull out maybe some of the blue colors and browns. And let's see where we can go from there. Now, I did have somebody comment on one of my videos suggesting that, you know, I pull these out of the bags and tags and stuff. And, you know, that might be something I do in 2021. Right now, I just got done redoing them and getting them pulled out to where they're separated. So I haven't quite figured out my whole game plan yet of what I want to do. This is kind of cool. It says this week's photos. Leipzig was kind of our second home when I was flying, so that would kind of be appropriate. Let me just pull out a stack of them here. So yeah, I'm still in a work in progress. Right now I'm going through with my Christmas stuff and trying to figure out, now this says V is for visit to see our family and friends. And we were kind of like a family, and the person's getting off a plane. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that in. Again, doesn't mean it's going to be used. I like the camera. Oh, I just lost something underneath my Cricut. Maybe the perfect thing. Nope. It says snapshot. I could do that. Through my lens, I kind of like. And then I like the click, click, click. Say cheese. Yeah, so we've done Christmas. I did my December daily. Now I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing with my Christmas stuff. I've never purged. I know I've said this before on my channel. And I do use old stuff. And I have the really, really, really thin paper pads. And I'm almost debating if, believe it or not, might break them down and actually kind of purge them out of my stash. Debating still. But what I did do is I took all of my Christmas decorations, and I kind of did with what Janet with RTS did, and I got it down to like a shoebox. And then I have my one folders, but I'm putting them all on one shelf, possibly two shelves. So I'm just trying to figure out where I want to store them, how I want to store them, how much I want to keep. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I just kind of moved everything to where they're kind of put away. I don't want them away because I do scrap throughout the year, different holidays, different things. I don't scrap chronologically. So I may be in June wanting to scrap something that's, you know, in, you know, Christmas. So I don't want to go and put it away. This says My World, and it's got a little globe on it, so maybe I'll do that one. Kind of like the backpack, but the blue's kind of wrong on it. I'm getting quite a bit of blue here. Yeah, so yeah, just kind of cleaning that up, getting it to where I can be kind of organized for when I go to do this stuff in a couple days. I wish that blue was a little bit different, and then like the hold tag, but all right. I think we're good on the blues. I've got quite a bit here. I pulled the umbrella out because I've got some rainy day pictures that I'm going to be doing. So kind of keeping that in mind. And I do have a travel folder, so if I need to, I can go in and pull out of that as well. Please check, handle with care. That kind of looks like a luggage tag. All right, let me see what I've got kind of in the greenish color. So hopefully you all had a really good holiday, and Santa and your family members were good to you. I didn't really get a lot of scrappy stuff. My son and his fiance, whoa! These are the embellishments that I have pulled so far. I guess they wanted to be seen. And it said yes. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to show you that at the end of the video, but I have like wood veneer and stuff pulled out, and it decided it wanted to make its appearance now. All right. Let's see. And these were still in this tag box. Oh, let me see if I can. It knew I needed some flowers. These will work because it's kind of got that greenish tone. That's why it fell over. It wanted me to see the flowers. Let me see if I've got any more of them. There we go. That's why it crashed onto my desk. Yeah, so where was I? So yeah, I'm cleaning up Christmas. I've got to work tomorrow on the 31st for a few hours, and then I'm off for the whole weekend, which is lovely. My husband has been off all week, so he's enjoying and getting some much needed rest. And yeah, it was a quiet Christmas. Oh, I know, I was talking about scrappy presents. So my son and daughter-in-law-to-be, they went on Etsy, I should say she did, and got me a few like the COVID die cuts. So those will be cute. I'm going to use them in my December, or my documenting COVID traveler's notebook that I have. And yeah, I'm not seeing anything else in here. I'm really digging. Like I said, oh, here's a tag, like a travel tag. These are the wrong green. flipping out over here. So what do we do here? I do have on my channel, I have a album share of my December daily if anyone's interested in seeing it. And we did, you know, a few things. We did our cookie decorating with, and it was again just with the immediate family. It wasn't with anybody extended. Christmas Eve is when we usually celebrate with my whole family, and we ended up only having, again, my kids and grandkids over, and then we did Zoom with the extended family. And then we always have the tradition of going to a pizza place on Christmas Eve. And so since we couldn't do that this year, my nephew actually went to the pizza place and picked up a bunch of uncooked pizzas and then delivered them to everybody's houses so that on Christmas Eve we could all throw them in our ovens, and then still have on Zoom, we could go ahead and have our pizza dinner together. My family wanted ham, so my husband and I ended up eating it on Christmas Day. What else did we do? Saw Santa Claus at the zoo, and this is just like a little local zoo, and so we were able to be socially distant. There wasn't a lot of people, and the grandkids got to see Santa, and I got all my pictures, so which was good. Okay, I'm thinking this is done. I just got to pick out some enamel dots, I think. And then I think I want to go more with that golden color if I've got them. Let me see if I have something like that on my yellows. So yeah, it was a good holiday. That my 4-year-old grandson, he was funny. He was just very, very animated this year with his gifts. The minute he opened them up, he was screaming and squealing at the top of his lungs. That's exactly what I wanted, you know. And so that just kind of makes you melt. And then the other nice thing was my son and future daughter-in-law, they did the distributing of the presents to everybody. So I actually got to sit on the couch and actually enjoy and watch them all open their gifts up. And it was such a pleasure to just sit back and enjoy and watch and not have to worry about the hoopla and things like that. So this one, I'm doing another travel one. I have a little bit of a map. I figure I'll fussy cut the flowers out and maybe do the ruffling on here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but I know I'm probably going to use these as part of my embellishments. And then I have this piece of map I can do for layering. And I just have pictures of one of the hotels that we used to stay at in Ruston, Washington, when we used to do flights from Washington or Seattle to Japan. We were moving military troops, and so the family flights would go out of there. So again, I think I'm going to try and grab some of my blues out again. And I'll grab a different box this time. So yeah, it was nice to be able to sit back, watch the grandkids. They were just enjoying every moment of their, you know, these are some October afternoon. They look like matte banners, so I might be able to do something with those. yeah, so watching the kids, they're just at the fun age. The one is, the baby is 2 months old, and my middle grandson is 4, and then the oldest is now 6. And they were just excited and happy to get their gifts. The oldest one got a lot of like game board stuff. I'm going to use this Let's Play All Day because when I was staying there, we'd take the train in and we go down to the market, or the, this Seattle market downtown. We'd ride the tram down. So, y'all know what I mean. The fish market where they throw the fish. So we would have fun on our downtime. So while we were waiting for our planes to come in, and when we'd have to work, we were actually able to do some fun stuff. Now this just says fly, so I'll keep that. I don't think I need the adventure. Destination, I kind of like that one because it's bigger and I might be able to use it as layering. So yeah, so they went and delivered all the packages to everybody, and the kids opened them up, and it was just as much as I missed my extended family, it was kind of a nice low-key kind of a day where we were able to just enjoy the kids and enjoy each other, and there was still chaos, but not an overwhelming chaos. And I don't think I'd want to do this every year. It was kind of like 4th of July. I was able to sit down and relax and talk to people where I can't normally do it when I have everybody over and everything's busy and chaotic and you're trying to entertain everybody. But this year it was able to actually just sit down, relax, and enjoy. And I really had a good time. So I think if you got to, look at the blessings, to occasionally stop, take a breath, and enjoy what you have in your life. I'm going to take that as this year. So, yeah. So hopefully you all had a good time. Again, for the presents, I really didn't get a whole lot. No gift cards or anything like that. Like I said, I got the die cuts for COVID, which are really cute. So I can't wait to use them on a layout. They were really cute and thoughtful for her to think outside the box to go on to Etsy and get those. And let's see. Maybe a star, because, if you talk about a restaurant being like a 5-star, I don't know if this one would be considered a 5-star. Actually, I just saw somebody posted, I want to say on Facebook, and if you live in this Reston area, somebody had said it's no longer the Holiday Inn. I think it's now, I want to say that they were wanting to turn it into like a homeless shelter or something, which, I mean, it's good for people that are homeless, but it was kind of sad to think that that part of my history is gone. We're going places is kind of cool. And let me see. My story. Yes, I'll have to look into that and see if I can find out if that's really happening or not. We used to go in there. The way our flights would work is that we were ready to work in case one of our other planes came in and they needed us to go somewhere else. But basically, for the line that we worked, we would go and wait there for 5 days, and then when the next group would come in, we would work over to Japan, spend the night in Japan, and then work our way back. and then we would be there for 5 days again, waiting until the next round, you know, the next crew did the next round. And we would work for 18 days, and so you did a couple of those trips, but the 5 days, if there was no other flights for you to work on a different plane, you basically had 5 days of hanging out in Seattle, which was wonderful. And you just had to be available in case they called you in to work a flight. And so I was fortunate most of the time when I was in there, I didn't get called to work a flight. So I was able to go down to the is it Pike's Market? Pike's Market, maybe? I don't know. And had a good time, you know, and got to sightsee down there and check everything out in the area. Wander would be good, because that's what we did in Seattle. We would wander. It was a fun job. It was neat being able to move the military troops. They were so nice guys, respectful. You know, it was an honor doing that. And then, like I said, in between, we were having adventures around the world. So, yeah, something I'll always remember. But I'm still trying to scrapbook. I did it for like 3 years, from 2010 to 2013, and I'm still trying to get my albums done. Okay, I think I've got enough in there. And again, I have travel. I do have a travel folder of stickers and stuff that I will pull in. I've come to the conclusion that I'm not adding any more to this, because when I go to do the layouts, they're pretty much already ready to go. So I only have to pull minimal. So before I turn the camera on for me to go and pull a few things, it won't be that hard at all, because I've done a lot of the harder work. All right, let's see, what color do we want to go with? I think that's too dark. I do like the contrast. Let's keep looking. I kind of like that because it's more to the green, and this is all to the green, except for a few things. And I will have, like I said, I have my little dish right here that's got wood veneer in it. I've got flare. I've got other wood veneer that's got like airplanes, and then I've got buttons and clips and things like that that I will pull in. So yeah, I'm not limited to just what's here. This is just a jumping off point. And let's see. And I also will probably roll this cart next to me, so as I'm making stuff, if I feel like this isn't enough, I can go and pull the cart over and add more. But I'm thinking with the banner and the flowers cut out, I'm thinking this is going to be enough. So we're going to go with it. That's 2. Let me just make sure my camera's still going. And it is. And we are at 24 minutes, so I'm going to try and speed up because I really want this one to be the last one. So this is another travel one. I have like this big die cut, some arrows. And then in here, I just have, I think they're all the same picture. I just pulled the whole thing. But I love going into Chicago O'Hare at Christmas time, and it's all lit up in the tunnel. So that is what I have here. And I'm almost wondering if I'm just gonna, I've pulled so much from the other one. I'm gonna hold off on adding anything into this one because I may dig out my Christmas stuff, because you can see the garland up here. And so I just put away all my Christmas, and I have a lot from that other page, so I'm going to go ahead and hold off on this one and do this as I go, because I think I'm going to pull my Christmas stuff back out. And then this one is of my daughter's wedding. I have these two here, and there was these two pictures that I took that were at sunset, and I really liked the oranges, so I thought it really went well with this orangey pink. And I do have a bag of stuff that I have been doing her albums with. So again, I think I'm going to put this one to the side because I'm just going to pull out the wedding bag that has all the things. Plus, I'm not sure about this picture. I have one. The sunset was just this gorgeous orange glow. And I have one that their photographer did of the two of them in front of this orangey glow. And I didn't find it. I know it's printed, and I didn't want to have to print another one, but I might. And then I'll use the wedding. I have a whole baggie full of wedding stuff because I'm on my second album, and I have things that I've put in there that are strictly geared towards the wedding. So I'm going to put this one to the side, and you'll just be surprised when this one comes out. Now this one, I was going to do pictures of my yard, but then I came across these pictures of my husband's cousin. We kind of consider him like an uncle, and his wife, and this was their 64th wedding anniversary. So it's a picture of the two of them together, and I really liked it's a then and now. So I really changed my mind and want to go with that. So let me see what I can find that will be pretty. I'm thinking I want to go with do I want to go with the pink? Yeah, I'll put them in. Like I said, if I don't like them, if it's not the right shade, I can always put them back. I don't have tons of photo squares, so, and then I'm going to want a doily, and I'm probably going to want a big white one. So put that in, and I could put a pink one in along with it. I know I have some that have like white and flowers on them. Where are they at? I love these. And it's got a little bit of the green in it too. So I'll just pull a few of them out. And whatever doesn't get used will get put back. I kind of like this Every Moment with is Magical When I'm With You. And again, they've been married for 64 years. The pink isn't necessarily right. This is more peach. Well, maybe I won't do that one. I'm not liking the color of it. Let's see what we can find here. That's kind of pretty. Kind of the Polaroid. Yeah, it's amazing when you've got two people that are still together after 64 years and pretty much their health is okay. We haven't gone near them with COVID right now. They're kind of like my parents and limited with contact, so you know, we get updates from their kids on how they're doing. But yeah, I'd be thrilled if I made it that long. My husband and I just this summer celebrated our 35th, which I thought was pretty good. But 64, yeah, that's, and I think my parents are right up there in number 2. Well, actually, no. My sister is a honeymoon baby, and she's 58, so they've been married 57 years. But still, pretty amazing. And they were my mom and dad were high school sweethearts. So, you know, they're just cute together. And let's see. It's got gold in it. It's got a little bit of blue, pink. Happiness is here. Yeah, I think that's it for this bag. Yeah, got die cuts falling everywhere. Yeah, for a while there with my December daily, I had like no room whatsoever on my desk. I was like feeling a little claustrophobic. So today it was kind of nice to be able to get a bunch of stuff off my desk and to put away. And of course, the minute I put it away, now I'm thinking I need Christmas back out again. Isn't that how it goes, though? And let's see. I kind of like this little love letter. These are Valentine-ish, so maybe I can find something. I like the little sweet on you. And they are cute together. I remember when my husband and I got married. I found these little buds today when I was clearing some stuff out. So I'm going to throw a little handful of those in there and see if we can get them on a layout. When my husband and I got married, I remember, that's too photorealistic. I remember the way they had us in our ceremony, we were up on the altar, and they had chairs up on the altar for us to sit. We were Catholic, so we had a full mass. And I just remember being nervous, and I kept looking at Bob out in the audience, and he kept smiling and just kind of like was at ease. But he's like one of the few people out of the whole ceremony that I just remember focusing on Bob. So he's always kind of had this little place in my heart. You know, he's just a sweet guy. So always happy when their health is still going strong. Let's see. Let's see what else we can find here. That's not bad. I like the little X and O. I think this is going to be it. Again, I can go and pull from my other stickers and things that I have in my stash, but this will get me a good start for their layout. I also have a folder that's like all like love kind of wedding and love kind of stuff. Let me see if I can get some bling on here. Should I try and get one or two of these brads on? What the heck? Might as well try. And let me go and cut some of these off. And I got a few of these little hearts. I'm going to throw those in too. And again, doesn't mean I have to use them. Alright, we'll go with that. Alright, so this one's done. So I have one more left. Now this is the rainy day one I was talking about. A couple years ago, over Labor Day weekend, we had flooding at our campground. So this is my trailer, which normally doesn't have a lake in front of it. And then this is looking at the back side, and this is the reflection of the tree that's like next to the lake, but it's the whole thing is all water. And then here is like where the bridge is, and the whole thing is underwater. So I had these pictures. They had the raindrops and the umbrellas. I was hoping this would go, but it's not the right color blue. So we're going to go and try and find some rain type pictures. And let me see what I've got here. Let's try some blue and see if there's some blue. And I can put this one back in. I see an umbrella right on top. You make me happy when skies are gray. I was at home when that was happening. I had just had appendicitis and had my appendix removed. So the gal who's got her camper right behind us, she was texting me pictures the whole time. So I'm like freaking out, and I can't leave the house because I had just got home from 5 days in the hospital. And so, yeah, that was a fun memory. We didn't get any water in our camper. Where our camper was at, once it got up to that height, it would have been, grab that one, put that to the side. It would have flattened out at that point. So we didn't have to worry about it rising any farther, but our whole yard was just totally flooded. Other people in the campground, some people lost their campers and had that's kind of cute, oh joy, kind of being facetious. Our great adventure, that's kind of got the right colors. And I like the here we go, because it wasn't the first time the campground's flooded. Here's another travel one. I'm going to pull this aside for that other layout. And I know I've got a lot of like stickers that have like umbrellas and stuff on them. I don't like that color. So if I don't find anything in here, I know I have stuff in stickers. Those kind of look like splashes of water. I'm going to go ahead and leave that in, and I can journal. Okay, let's put this one back. Yeah, the way that there's a river that runs through there, and then there's two ponds, and the one pond is closed off, but when the river overflows, it overflows into the closed off pond, which then overflowed into the pond that's in front of our camera, or our camper, and then became one huge lake, and all connected between there and the river. And so yeah, there was a lot of water. We could have just sat on our deck and fished. This is kind of cute. Every summer has a story, and it's got the colors in it. And that was our summer place we would go hang out at. So maybe I can even use that somehow. Because that definitely was a story. Like I said, I think the hardest part was like us being, my husband was at work dealing with it, and then I was at home with, you know, recovering from the surgery. I'm getting the text messages, and we have like a golf cart, and so I'm like trying to arrange with my brother-in-law and the neighbors to, you know, move the golf cart out of the way. So that was all I was really concerned with, is making sure that didn't get flooded. The anchor would be kind of funny because it was like Noah's Ark. So yeah, but if you've ever camped, it's such a good community. There's everyone's always chipping in and helping out each other, and you know, if you got a problem, you know, you've got a whole community of people trying to help you. So you know, all they had to do was know that I was out of commission and my husband was at work, and you had a number of people already trying to help us avoid having any damage. It's just kind of a cool, I miss it. We last year we didn't camp. The campground, the people who owned it sold it, and the people who bought it have been jacking up the prices. So sadly, the majority of the people that we camped around have already left. And we had a couple that stayed last year, and they said it wasn't the same, and they ended up selling their campers as well. I think we lucked out selling our camper when we did. We actually were able to make a profit on the camper, and we weren't there at the last minute, so we were able to, you know, be able to save some money. And then this year with COVID, nobody was really camping hardly at all, and it wasn't the same. You were paying a lot of money to not have the same benefits that you would normally have. And so we ended up just doing a lot around our yard and our house, and trying to reclaim our yard again. And it says this is happening, and it's got a little bit of the pink, so depending on which direction I go with that. And let me see if I can pull in any pink. I think most of this was like Valentine's stuff. I'm not seeing anything like rainy day, boots. I might have some like in the orange colors. Let me check that real quick. Because it's got a little bit of like the yellowy orange in here. So if I kind of go to that direction, nope. Just see what we've got here. Well, I hope that you guys are all going to join in and start the year off strong and make some layouts. Again, in the description box tomorrow will be everyone who will be playing along this month. They won't necessarily be every day. I am every day. Some will be every day, some won't. It just depends on what they have for time. And so I'll have linked in the description box everyone who at some point during the month will be playing and making a layout. Again, if you want to have fun and play along, the only rule is one solid 12 by 12 piece of paper. Everything else has to be either scraps or smaller, like with a paper pad, you know, the 12 by or the 6 by 6 or an 8 by 8 or an 8.5 by, or is it 6 by 8 or whatever, the smaller pads. So if you the whole idea is to try and get some of this stuff out of our stash and make room for new memories and new scraps that we're going to make. I'm famous for cutting into new pieces of paper and not going in here. And so this is just forcing me to go in and look at some of my items that I have and get them on a layout. And just kind of, again, I'm trying to focus this year. I'm not on a spending freeze. Hello Sunshine would be kind of fun because we finally got the end of the rain. I know that our freeze gang is changing from the Friday freeze. I forget what they're calling it, but it's more of like an inspiration. And so we're not like not purchasing. What we're ending up doing is we are purchasing smarter and being a little bit more wise when it comes to what we buy, and trying to just, you know, use what you have. I've got so much stuff, and so I'm trying to use what I have, and so I'm hoping this is a good jumping off to get me motivated and get life go, you know, this thing is going to start the year off, and make a little bit room for when the new things come in and we make new scraps and get them on a layout and get them into our stash. There's a little sunshine. And again, that's being kind of cheeky since it was like raining like crazy. And there's an anchor, which should be cheeky too. So I forget what it's called. I think it's going to be like Friday Inspiration or whatever. So I'm going to be mainly for my inspiration. I think what I will still do layout shares. I think I'm going to be trying to show maybe some sneaky techniques maybe on Fridays. I'm still kind of throwing it around of what I want to do on Fridays instead of doing the spending freeze. But I'm still kind of on a spending freeze, if that makes sense. I'm not actively going out and looking to buy anything. I'm still trying to use what I have in my stash, but I won't beat myself up if I go to Tuesday morning and buy a pack of stickers. But so I think that's kind of more the focus of being wise in what you're doing. The other thing is going through and really trying to focus on what we have. And so with the New Year's resolutions coming, my focus is going to be, again, trying to get my pictures organized. I'm still working on that, trying to get my room better organized to where it's functional for me, and again, making room, using things that I have, getting layouts put away. So it's kind of going to be a repeat of last year in a lot of ways. Right now, because of Christmas, I am trying to tell myself not to buy anything until the end of January. I'm like banning myself from Amazon. It's too easy to click the button, and you know, I'm just wanting to pay. I didn't spend a lot on the credit card, but I want that paid down, and I want to have like a month of putting nothing on it. So it's just an overall spending freeze and focusing on, you know, this kind of stuff. So we'll go in more detail. I'll probably put a video out on Friday for you guys to see. So this is going to be the end of the putting the kits together, to the extent that I am putting them together. Now I'm already started doing some of the layouts, and I will be just like randomly pulling them. I'm not putting them together in any kind of order. So I'm just kind of pulling them out, seeing what, you know, is in the pile, and taking from the middle of the stack and going from there. And again, I'm giving myself liberty to go into my stash if I need to get more embellishments, more stickers, change a picture, add a picture. I'm giving myself permission for that. My only thing that I cannot do is grab another full sheet of paper, unless I want to swap it. If I'm making this page and I don't like this pink background, I can swap for another 12 by 12, but I can only use one 12 by 12 when I'm putting it together. So I hope you join in. I hope you have fun. Be prepared on the 1st for the first of the videos, and we're going to have 31 days of fun. I can't wait to see what you guys all make, and if you're playing along, and be ready for a lot of inspiration this month. And let's say goodbye to 2020 and hello 2021 with a great year and a great start for our scrappy inspirations. Thanks, and we'll have a good day.